Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Black Girl Encourage Her. And we are knee deep in our Love Her edition. So I hope you loved everything so far because we got more to add to the story. And truth be told, we're going to keep going until the Lord says, enough is enough. But right now, we are continuing the conversation and we're going to do it in a different way because this time, instead of bringing on one guest, I'm going to invite you all to the party of my multiple guests. So I'm going to go ahead and bring us all up to the stage. Everybody who's in position. Meet my friend Ronnie. We got Ladyfire in his house. And look, we got a little testosterone to add to the group, ladies. There's Knowledge. Hey,
Hello.
hey, ladies.
Hello.
All right. So listen, I have to say, I am excited to have you all here. This is actually the first time I'm doing a group with everybody on the screen. And we do have another gentleman. I'm hoping he is going to join us for the conversation. But me and the ladies had already decided whether the king showed up, the queens was already going to rock the party. So we said, let's go ahead and get this conversation started so that way we are ready to rock and roll with this thing called love. So, of course, I want to give each and every one of you an opportunity to introduce yourselves, and then we'll get into kind of like our conversation about this thing called love. But I'm gonna go my gentlemen first because they always do ladies first. Jamil, come on, they a little bit familiar with you, sir. So go ahead and reintroduce yourself to the people.
My name is Jamil Huie. I'm an author of God, Sex, and Slavery to Save My Master's Wife, The Concept of Love, The Science in Love. And also I'm spoken broken. Also do music. I'm a nurse, ex-military. So I have a long history of different things I do. So how you doing?
Yes. And listen, I thank you so much for joining the conversation because for the ladies on the line, Jamil was actually a guest for the Black Girl Encourage Her, Love Her edition. And I'm telling you, the ladies was loving you, Jamil. I'm saying you were speaking that truth. You were speaking to the hearts. And so they were really, really engaged with that. And so I thank you for coming back to continue to add to this conversation. Because today we actually want to talk about dating. Like we want to get really, really in specificness of it. So Jamil already taught us about the concept of love. Now we want to go to kind of like the practical of it. So thank you. And I know you're at work. So if you have to dodge and dip, like we totally receive it. And so we're making space for you today. All right, Miss Ronnie, come on and introduce yourself to the people.
Hello. I'm Ronald Lynn Latham. Nobody calls me Ronald Lynn, which I'm named after my dad. Everybody calls me Ronnie. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I wrote my first book, Love, Lust, and Starting Again. I'm a visionary author behind a book called Gracefully Broken, Beautifully Restored. 13 moms penned their story about child loss and their road to healing. I'm also a contributing author to an anthology called The Gift in Grief, which talks about healing as well. And so I encourage moms who have lost children. I lost my son in 2016. And then 2 weeks to the day, I lost my husband of 32 years of marriage. And so Love, Lust, and Starting Again is about unconditional love for 32 years. The lust is my dating journey since the loss of him. And the starting again means I'm not bitter behind all of the things that have happened on the dating scene, but I'm definitely open to starting again.
Okay, love it. And y'all remember Ladyfire. Come on, girl, introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, I am Ladyfire Jones, and I am the owner of Complete Dimensions Wellness Center. It is a full service mental health practice. I'm a psych nurse practitioner, and so I dedicate my life to helping people be in a better mental state.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
So I am here to provide my new beginning and my new chapter in my life, as I am recently divorced of a 17-year marriage.
Wow.
And so now I am starting over to seek to find my divine partner.
I love that. And so thank you for taking us there, because that's actually the next space that I wanted to go. So Dr. Rashan, Ladyfire, she goes by on social media. She is coming from a space, as she mentioned, being divorced for 17 years, like a 17-year marriage ending in divorce. Ronnie shared her relationship status. Ronnie, how long has it been since your husband passed away?
It'll be 9 years. It was 9 years in January.
Okay. And Jamil, your relationship status is, sir?
At the moment, dating.
Yes.
Restart, but mostly just working on these new projects and stuff that I'm doing. But yeah, now I'm actually out there dating again.
Okay. All right. And so you've never been married?
No.
Okay. And so I'm going to add my 2 cents from the perspective of a divorced woman. But truth be told, I'm disassociating myself from that title. The world likes to categorize us and segregate us into these little boxes. And because the first experience with marriage ended in a divorce, I no longer want to sit under that status. So when you have to check off those little boxes and they be all in your business talking about what you do, who you doing, and all that stuff, I choose not to hit the divorce, because that's not how I want to categorize myself. That was the experience that I had. But now I am, I can officially say I'm now in this actively dating status. And I sort of kind of like it. I think it's a possibility. So we got to see. So we've got actively. So right now we've got actively dating individuals, but coming from different perspectives, coming from divorce, coming from death, right? Coming from, just starting, fresh, getting into the scenes. However, so we've got a blended mix, but dating is the common goal. So let's just dive in. Let's talk about it. Ladyfire, you did mention that you are a psych nurse practitioner. So we need you right now. We need you. What would you say is the mindset someone needs before venturing into this thing called dating?
I think definitely a positive mindset. You need a mindset of to be open, but also you need to have a mindset of boundaries and a mindset of actually who you are. Because knowing who you are then allows you to be able to attract, what it is that you desire. So a lot of people can't even answer that question, who you are. So how you know what you want?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because truth be told, right after my experience with marriage dissolved, I didn't know what I wanted. I actually went back to what I knew. So I'll be honest, I hit them streets heavy. I don't know. I don't know if that's y'all testimony, but I'm gonna hold my head up high and I'm gonna say I hit them streets heavy because I went back to what I knew. But then I was immediately pulled back. The Lord was like, sit your little hot tail down. Like, so I can have conversation with you, because you honestly don't even know what you want. You out here looking. And I wasn't finding. Anybody else got a testimony or a take on what the mindset is that needs to go into this dating scene?
Well, you definitely need to be healed. And I would say when I stepped into the dating pool, I wasn't healed. I was grieving the loss of my 32-year marriage from my husband. And
Mhm.
so I was missing the intimate conversation. I was missing sex. I was missing all of that. And so I didn't necessarily go out here looking, but what I found were there were a lot of single men who sniffed out my grief.
Mm.
And so they found me as opposed to
Mhm.
me finding them. And because I was grieving and I wasn't healed, like Ladyfire said, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I want. I got married at 19. My husband took me off the market at 19. So I
Wow.
didn't have the dating experience. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know even what conversations. And in my book, Love, Lust, and Starting Again, I talked about telling too much too soon. I was
Mhm.
pouring my heart out. Oh, I lost my husband. Oh, I lost my son. And everybody starts seeing dollar signs.
God.
And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, this chick is paid. So they were
Mhm.
looking for a nurse, a purse, and a place to stay.
Yeah. Let's pause right there because you hit on something really key, and I want to make certain that we jump back into that. But Jamil, tell us about the mindset. What mindset, from your perspective, do you need to be in these dating streets?
I think pretty much everybody covered it. You have to find yourself first, and we spoke about this before. First, you find yourself. Once you figure out who you are and how you want to approach life and how you want to be approached, then that's the key. Because once I know me and I understand me as a person, as an individual, then I know what I want and who I want to be with. Then you got to verbalize as you're going into this dating game. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. Whether it's fun, a good time, or you want to have something long term. Hey, I'm just looking to talk right now. Hey, just looking to have a little bit of fun right now until I settle down and get myself into a perspective where I am ready to be in a long term relationship. Because also, you got to remember, you got to set space within yourself,
Yes.
in your home, to allow somebody else to come in. Because remember, a lot of us has been single for a very long time, and once you're single, the hardest thing now is to go into a relationship because you're used to getting up when you want to, brushing your teeth when you want to. You're used to spreading your bed how you want to, make the food how you want to. Now you got to set space for somebody else to, hey, I brush my teeth at 8. What time do you brush your teeth? 8:15. Okay, I have to set space for that person or
Mhm.
individual. Hey, I like salt on my food. Hey, I don't like salt on my food. And then you gotta remember, these are the things you gotta be open to. You gotta be open to letting someone else in because you've been
Yes.
so long. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that's my perspective on the whole.
I love that. So what I heard from that was first intention.
Yes.
Right. Intention was key. Like, what's your intention as you're entering into these streets? And then the second part that I loved was the space, creating the space for it. So I wanna circle, like y'all making these little pins go off in my head. So I'm like, I want to circle back in. Ronnie, you mentioned something really profound about too much too soon. That
Yes.
right there can preach on its own. And Ladyfire, we was cracking up yesterday, baby. We was cracking up yesterday talking about like that too much too soon. So let's dive deeper into that conversation. For myself, and I'm gonna segment my dating right after the divorce, which was what, 10 years ago, I think. So that moment in time right afterwards, no, 15 years. I think it was like 15 years ago. I don't even know. It's been so long now. But it was that moment right after the marriage dissolved, and then the now. So here we've got a time span between 10, 15 years, and dating looks different to me. One of the things that I learned in the beginning was coming out the door. We got nurses on the line, meeting somebody and saying, "Hi, I'm a nurse." And like Ronnie mentioned, now they start, okay, you carry the one and multiply this. They already planning out, the years to come on what they hear you say. So let's talk about that. What do you disclose on a first date? What do you do? Help
Well,
us.
I definitely will say that I'm learning that I don't have to talk so much about myself. I should be
Mhm.
more open to hearing from the person that I'm talking to.
Mhm.
And I will say, yes, I went from talking about my job. I worked for the federal government, so that's another. They adding up the numbers. I got 23 years in the government. I'm a widow. I lost my son. I bought this beautiful single family home that's on the corner. I drive a Mercedes. I was just going in, and it was just like, woo. Hey, but now it's funny because when I have conversations, I'm not as forthcoming. And I just was talking to someone on TikTok, and he was like, "Are you single?" And I said yes. And he was like, "Were you married?" And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Well, can I ask what happened?" And I was like, "I don't know you well enough to have that conversation with you yet."
Nice boundaries.
Yeah. And so he was like, "Well, can I have your number?" And I was like, "Well, how about you give me yours? I'll call you. We can," I'm a little bit more reserved now because of the dating experiences that I had. So I jumped out here. I probably had 4 long-term dating experiences that didn't end very well. I was financially manipulated, physically, mentally, spiritually manipulated. And even this last relationship that kind of ended. But they all taught me, because I believe people come into your life to teach you lessons.
That's right.
And so all of those dating experiences, I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. They taught me how to go forward in this life. So I know not to share too much. I know not to be too open. You don't have to know I'm a widow. I could just say I ended a long-term relationship and don't have to go into any detail. I've learned not to invite people to my home, because I was inviting people to my home. I was like, and they were like, "Woo, you got a beautiful home." Then they would see the car, and I was just, so I'm a little bit more laid back. But 9 years, my husband's been going for 9 years. I had to learn those lessons because, again, I got married at 19. I know nothing about the dating scene. I know nothing about what I should say, what I shouldn't say. My friends are married, and so don't have a lot of single friends. And my cousin, who was single at the time, she's now married, was like, "Whoa, cousin, you giving off too much too soon. Let them chase you and let them seek after you." So I learned, if I share my number with somebody and they don't call me, I don't call them. I'm not chasing them. I don't have to. The word said, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." So I'm not chasing.
You just sit your good thing right on over there and not chase. I love it.
Yes, but I will definitely say I've learned how to pivot and have more general conversation where I'm not revealing everything about me, because I know men ain't taking physical notes, but they taking mental notes.
I love it. Come on, Ladyfire, what you got for us? What you doing out here with this too much too soon?
Yeah, I don't give. So first of all, I will say this. So, and this is something that I was working on that I've worked on myself. So that's why I would never give too much too soon anyway, because I am a person that had trust issues. So because I have trust issues, and it doesn't stem from relationship, my trust issues stem from my background of the way I was raised. My father was a big drug dealer. So when you live in that type of lifestyle, you don't trust people. You don't trust nobody but God. So, and then when you say about people come to your house, like nobody come to my house, baby. I live in a gated community, baby. You ain't just going by here. You better know the code and everything else. So for me, revealing things about myself too soon is not an issue. Actually, they know very little. So, and I already have the questions for them that I want to know, because now I'm gonna investigate you. You might not even know I'm gonna investigate you, because baby, I'm finna, as soon as you tell me your name and whatever, I'm online, done pulled you up, done been to the state site, finna see how many kids have you been to jail, who you beating on, all this foolishness. So because I'm going to protect me, I don't believe nothing you say. Nothing. because that's just the way I am. So very little. So for me, what I had to work on is just being able to have my boundaries not be so stringent.
Okay.
Not be so stringent, but at the same time have my criteria of the person that I want. So for me, is me becoming the person who I want.
Okay.
So that's what I have worked on in my dating thing, is me becoming the person who I want. And so therefore that has led me to be in the quality of people that I want to date.
Okay.
So I could be in certain areas with friends and I already know, oh, is nobody in here that meet my standards. I don't anticipate anybody even approaching me because I'm not even in that sphere. They're not in my sphere. And it happens all the time. And that was one reason why I started going on the dating apps, is because I needed to expand the type or the vicinity or my reach, because I knew the quality of people that I was looking for may not be in my general vicinity.
I love it. Let's put a pin there. We're gonna come back to that because that was good. Jamil, what's going on from your perspective with this too much too soon? When you're meeting, young women or what have you, or are you telling them all of your business? Are you telling them you're an author, an artist, spoken word, a nurse, or this or that? Like, are you going through everything? What does that look like from your end?
I think it's a little bit different for the male perspective because at the end of the day, I think a female, like you said, they have to have the criteria. They have to have this certain things that you're looking for. You might be looking for a nurse, a doctor, maybe the person, how successful they are. So men are judged on a different spectrum than a female. A female don't have to have all of these things going on for them, meet and be with certain male perspective or male man that they're looking for. A man now, we have to kind of reveal a little bit more because we have to say, hey, you know what? This is my career. This is what I do. Females want to know your health status, the issues going on. What type of do you have kids? Are you divorced? How many baby mamas do you have? What's going on with your life? So now it's like we have to give a longer list of who we are in general.
Okay. So what it sounds like, and I'm so glad that you're here, Jamil, what it sounds like is that men are aware that they're going to have to lead the conversation, that the woman is going to come with her investigative reporter, questions, and she's going to be rapid fire to them and say, okay, what about this? Do you have this? Do you have that? And it sounds like men are getting themselves prepared to be able to answer those questions also, to kind of feel this thing out.
Yeah, because you got to feel out the person. Because at the end of the day, also there's a judgment towards men. So it's like when you're out and you say, hey, I'm in this, there's going to be an alarm in a female's head. Hey, I have to look that up and see if this person is telling the truth. At the end of the day, everybody has a history of being deceived or being lied to or being used for money or for their body, as Ronnie has said. Ladyfire, everybody's kind of going through these things where men or this type of experience has hurt them. But also remember that men, we also go through that. Men, we are supposed to be are the persons that's seeking. A woman is supposed to be the one that's, as society say, you seek the woman, she's supposed to just sit there and wait as a princess, and then you sweep up off her feet, you carry her through this amazing story, ending beautiful story that she's looking for. So that's where the challenge happens, because then now it's like there's skepticism of who you are as an individual. Every man is a dog. Happen and that's happened, and then there's no trust. You know what I'm saying? So I've been through situations where a long-term relationship. I've been through different types of relationships. I mean, with my baby moms, I have two baby mothers. I mean, both are in the medical field as well. I mean, we had our issues. Amazing relationship in the beginning as much. With my son's moms were her for like you say, 17 years or so. Daughter's mom about 5 years. You know what I mean? So most of my relationships are long. It's just that it never ended in I do. And that's not because of me or because of the other person. Just the situation kind of just dictated itself, and it just didn't happen that way. So now when I'm out there, I'm dating. At one point, I stopped dating because I have a career goal. So it's like I have so much time I'm putting into my career and everything that's going on with my life. It's hard to stop and give somebody what they are looking for. Because then now it's like you don't have the time, and this is where the men and the women things kind of look a little bit different. Is you're not calling me as much. You're not texting. As Ronnie said, you're not calling me. I'm not calling you. If I'm working 16 hours a day, plus I'm doing other things, I have to make sure my kids are okay. Maybe there's gonna be a missed phone call. Tap in. Hey, Jamil, are you okay? I noticed you haven't texted me all day. You know what I mean?
It does goes both ways. Now, I want to ask this question of you because Jamil is here, and I'm I'm going to be the representative of the ladies. Jamil, I'm sorry, my man. We tried to get another gentleman. He just had an emergency. He couldn't jump on the line. I was trying to get you some backup, sir, but I gotta ask you. You gonna take this one for the team? What's up with this hey text? What's up with it? Hey.
I think it's a simple gesture. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing?
Is it like a post check? Like if are you going to respond to me? You know, is that what it is? Because I just get these blanket just hey, not hey beautiful, hey good morning, how's your day going? Like not hey with a conversation attached to it. Just a simple hey.
Yes, because then also see this is where history tells you like what's going on with the dating pool. So now there's females that have a problem with the what are you doing text.
Oh yeah, can't stand it.
Asking me that, what am I doing? What do you mean? You see what I'm saying? That reaction or the hey text. You're saying beautiful, hey beautiful, don't call me beautiful, you don't know me like that. Do you understand? There's a lot of different things that's added to these things, and it's like I had to check somebody on it the other day. She posted on IG like, "Don't be texting me what you're doing." Then I was like, "Then what is a man supposed to text you if he's trying?"
Okay.
And she was like, then she reversed and she said, "You know what? You're right." She's like, "If you're checking in with intention to know what I'm actually doing, then I understand that it's actually a good text. But if it's somebody that's random, then it's like, don't text me that." Then I was like, okay, then clarify it. Because a lot of emails all complain about not texting, and then when you text, oh, it's not detailed enough, or it's not intentional. But the intention is, remember, most men are simple. You text me, hey, I don't take that personal. Oh, she's just thinking about me. You text me, hey, where's the rest?
Right.
So I think that's where communication is key. Tell me how you want to text. What do you want to hear? Especially if you're just talking to somebody and I don't know what to text you. Okay. I'm going to text, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? These simple words, because I don't know what your communication language is yet.
Okay.
So but can I chime in? Because I'm old school. You know, I'm older probably than everybody on here. And so texting for me, I don't mind text. I want to hear your voice. I need to be able to hear if you are having a good day. I need to be able to hear a smile. And you can hear that when you're engaging somebody on the phone. So I don't really want a whole lot of text. I want you to pick up the phone and call me, or I want to be able to pick up the phone and call you. Now, somebody like you, is it Jamil?
Yes.
You're busy. So texting may work for you better than phone calling because you have a busy schedule, but we established that in the beginning. But I don't want to do a whole lot of texting because I think texting can get misconstrued, misinterpreted. I think a lot of things can happen when you're texting. I want to hear your voice and I want you to hear my voice, because if we're getting to know each other, you can get to know the sound of my voice. So you know, hey, Ronnie is in a good mood today. Hey, Ronnie, what's up? You don't sound like your jovial self that you used to sound like. That now, I don't, like I said, that's old school. That's me. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
But I like that because that's the conversation that should be had. So when we say, you know, don't give up too much too soon. So then you wonder, well, what are we going to sit across from each other to talk about? Well, instead of asking, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Like, instead of asking those generic things, how about having conversations about how do you like to communicate?
Yeah.
Is it text? Is it phone calls? Right. So now the other person understands, because if you don't have the conversation, how do you, like Jamil was saying about making space? So if you're normally a texter, because I'm guilty. I like a text, but it's something about when a man rings your phone. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to play these games with you. I want to hear your voice. And for me, I'm like, I feel like almost like I get softer. For me, I'm like, I'm busy, text, text, text. But then they like, nah, call. And I'm like, okay, I can make space for that.
Right.
I can make space for that. So
Yeah, makes sense. Because isn't that like kind of like the masculine, feminine energy? It's kind of like one of masculine men, but not too masculine, and that's
yeah,
all part of the issue. It's like when a man is trying to be a man, oh, he's too much. Or when a man
Right.
is too, oh, he's a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? So there's always a
Right.
judgment somewhere, and that's where in the beginning where you explain, hey, I want a phone call. Like Ronnie said, give me a phone call at
yeah,
the table when you first sit down. Hey, you may be texting in the beginning back and forth. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? How your day been? Blah blah blah. Hey, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But then after you sit down, you say, you know what? I'd rather give you a phone call. What are the best times to call you? Stuff like that. I
Yeah.
think you communicate that. As you said, as a female, you're not going to reveal too much of yourself, but as a male, we have to kind of say it as much as possible, because then remember, you're under a microscope. Soon as you sit down at the table, or soon as you
Right.
shoot text or hit somebody in their DM, you're literally under a microscope. So it's like it just depends on what's going on. That's why with females, y'all got to open your mouth and tell these fellas like, hey, this is what
come
it is,
on.
willing to follow these rules. And also you got to be willing to meet them somewhere. If they say, hey, you know what, I cannot call you 3-4 times a day, I can call you maybe once or twice, is that okay? Can I call you in 12 and 6? Is
Yeah.
that fine? That's fine. Okay, we agreed. And then
Right.
on the day it doesn't happen, it's okay to send a text. Hey, you okay? I noticed you didn't call me between 12 and 6. What's going on? Are you okay? Today was a little busy, but can I hit you up a little bit afterwards? And then
Right. Right.
eliminates a lot of these things that assumptions that we make.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, when it's
That's what
literally
it is.
happening throughout the day.
It's the scars, and I appreciate Dr. Rashan saying that she has trust issues. The trust issues don't come from any relationship things. It's the upbringing, right? So to be aware of that, and then being able to make the space to work around that, because if you don't call me in a day's time, yeah, the old me, I would probably be like, okay, well then he's just not interested, or who else he entertaining, right? So you start to have all of these other thoughts that stem from the traumas, right? And we don't want to be trauma responders. We want to heal from that, and we want to be able to do things differently, because our intention has to be different. So for me, my intention in this dating scene now, well, from before, it was to get attention, right? My marriage dissolved, so now I had a void that I needed to be filled.
Yeah.
So now I want attention. Look at me, pick me, choose me, like pay attention to me, me. So that was kind of like the energy. And yeah, I got that attention. I got a lot of people, oh, you want attention, eh? Okay. And then it didn't taste the same. I was like, I don't like the way this tastes. This is not what I had envisioned it. So then I had to pull back. And so this time around, again, fast forwarding, 15 years later, now my intention for dating is something different. So I'm not looking for my husband. And I know that's what religion says, that you're supposed to date with intent to marry, la, 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 la. If that's your story, people, that's your story. But my story is for this moment.
Yeah.
And this moment says, I'm just looking for conversation.
Yeah.
What can I learn from sitting in a space with you?
Yeah.
Like, will I be entertained? Like what am I going to gain? But I'm looking for the immediate, and not, oh, are you the one? Because that's a lot of pressure to put on not only yourself, but the person sitting across the table from you, to put this pressure to say,
Yeah.
I need you to be my husband now, right? Like that's a lot of pressure. So that my intent is I just want to, and Ladyfire mentioned this about your sphere, right? Of who you're connected to. That's what I want to do. So when I'm thinking, oh, I need to have a podcast and I need men on the panel, I want to have a roster to be able to say, oh, let me call this person, let me call that person, let me like. So if I need something in my life, have I met the right people who would be able to support me in that area? So that's what my intention for dating looks like this go round. Ladyfire, what about you? What would you say is your intent for dating?
So right now in my space where I am, my intent for dating is to encounter a connection of that person that would possibly or eventually be my partner. And I only say that because that's what the spirit has downloaded in me. And so that is the journey that I'm currently on. And so I'm enjoying the journey. And in the process of it, I know that it is also for me to learn the things that I have been set to heal. So in the process, I will be tested to see, oh, did you fix that?
Did you really heal, or you just put a band-aid on?
That means that my discernment has to be up par too. So therefore, I will encounter individuals, and I have to be able to distinguish. Okay, that's just the test. Okay, nice to meet you, and move along. So in this process, I'm enjoying that journey. And having a great time doing it. Also, like you said, is also making those connections, because for me as a business owner, it's important that I also make connections with other individuals. So in this process, I have made connections. So it's not necessarily, because to me, relationships don't always have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a business relationship. It could be a friendship, so those are the type of ships that I'm looking for. So then maybe we could sail on together in some aspect, because I am a connector. So maybe I run across somebody that can help you, Dr. Shaquina, or maybe I run across somebody that can help Jamil. So that is my space where I am, and I know that eventually, my path will cross with that person. But until then, I'm enjoying the space of dating. I'm open. I'm healed. I know who I am. I know what I want. So therefore, eventually that person is going to come. But in the meantime, I have to be open and have fun. Because if it overwhelms, if you feel overwhelmed, or you feel like, oh, I gotta have this at this time, you need to go have a seat, go sit down, go lay down. If it's causing you pressure to be single,
there's a problem.
Enjoy being single. Enjoy yourself, because when you're enjoying yourself, that means you putting the love into you. So when you putting the love into you, your value system is totally different. You're not going to accept less than what you give you.
That's right.
I'm real. So therefore, then the people that come around you, they're going to see, like when people see me, they already know, oh, she ain't playing no game. Oh, yeah, this lady here. Oh, yeah, I got to come with it. I know I can't come with less than. No,
like you teach people how to treat you.
Exactly. And I don't have to say nothing for them to know that. My energy, my presence, my everything gives that off.
Right.
And so that's because I enjoy being with I do so many solo things. Like I enjoy being with me. And people need to get and learn to enjoy being with themselves.
I love it. So
If
let's
you
go
can't be
there.
with yourself, then how you gonna
It's true.
pour into being with somebody else?
I
But
love
that's
it.
something you have to definitely learn
Mm-hmm.
because, as I said, getting married at 19, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't with myself. I was with
Correct.
my husband for
Mm-hmm.
32 years. So it's like,
Exactly.
I'm just getting to the point where, and I had a major fear of living alone. I had a
Mm-hmm.
major fear of being single. I didn't even like the word single. I didn't like the word widow. I am
Mm-hmm.
just now able to be comfortable in my home by myself and love
Mm-hmm.
on me because I was chasing after I wanted what I had with my husband. And so that's what I was looking for in
Mm-hmm.
every male companion that
Mm-hmm.
I was encountering. All I had known was to be a wife. And
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
everybody that I was experiencing was getting wife without me being their wife. And then I had to
Mm-hmm.
step back and say, wait a minute,
That's
hold on. What you
Yep.
doing here? So now that I've spent some time with me, now that I love on me, now that I take care of me, yeah, I'm a little bit more picky. I'm a little bit more like, wait a minute, I could take myself to a movie. I could take myself out to dinner.
mm-hmm.
Um, so now I understand it, but I had to get to the point of understanding it. And that's why I think people
Mm-hmm.
don't, the word says, be still and know that I'm God. And
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes we don't get still with ourselves. We're constantly going or we're constantly talking. And now I spend time in my home where there is nothing on and I'm just sitting in a chair, having a cup of coffee, having a cup of tea, and just reflecting on my life, reflecting on the things that I've been through, reflecting on where I want to go and what I want to do. And so now I am with that. I will say I had a major fear of online dating,
Mm-hmm.
and did Facebook dating for 2 weeks and met every person that I would probably never
And
speak to
crazy.
in my life and came off of there because I heard God say, I didn't tell you to do that. And maybe at that time he said, I didn't tell you to do that because I wasn't ready.
Ready.
Now I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm ready because I know what kind of conversations to have. I know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for. I'm not rushing to get married. I, for lack of a better word, been there, done that. If
Mm-hmm.
it should happen, I'm cool. If it doesn't happen, I'm great. I'm good. I'm wonderful. Had that experience. I was
Mm-hmm.
with my husband till death do us part. So I'm not rushing in and telling some man, oh, I'm looking for a husband. No, I'm really just looking for great conversation. I'm looking for somebody who wants to travel. I'm looking
Memories.
for somebody that wants to do some stuff beside. We ain't doing Netflix and chill at Ronnie's house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. All right, Jamil, come on. Add a little male weight to this.
Yeah,
What
I'm
you
just
got
waiting
to
for
say?
everybody to get their piece out because everybody's like really passionate about what they're saying, which is the love part is like a big thing of mine. It's like love yourself first. Like
Yeah.
that's huge with me because I didn't learn I love myself until recently in life. So once
Mm-hmm.
you learn how to love yourself, like everybody's saying, it's like you know what love actually feels like. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody can sell you a carbon copy or something fake or treat you a certain way
Mm-hmm.
that like you don't know. You know,
Yeah.
I learned this from my ex, my daughter's mom. She explained to me the other day because I went through a lot. I know I keep saying it, and my childhood was really bad. So I wasn't like hugging my kids or telling them certain things because I thought that was like gonna toughen them up and make them feel like what I mean. They'll
Yeah.
show off to protect themselves. But she explained to me, she's like, "Yo, dude," and this is literally how she spoke to me. She's like, "Yo, dude, you gotta hug your daughter."
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. I want her to be tough. She's like, "Yeah, but anybody could come in her life and tell them they love her, and then she's gonna fall for it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And she's not gonna know what daddy love feel like, or she's not gonna know how to love herself because I'm not teaching her that. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
love themselves because once you know, nobody can come here and say, "Yo, I love you, I believe it," and it's fake love, and then they use you, walk out your life, and then now you're like, "What happened?" And
Yeah.
you're worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, love yourself first before you go in.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number one advice. Love yourself, love whatever conversations you want, how you want to dress, how you want to look,
Mm-hmm.
career, think, how you want to feel. Get all that stuff inside yourself first. Then now, okay, how are you doing? Let's have a conversation. And then once you have the conversation, do we connect? Or is it
Yeah.
just like you said, we're just connecting for a business venture, or we're connecting to, hey, we can go on and date and get to know each other, understand each other before you start talking about, hey, do you want long term? Do you want this? What do
Right.
you what's happening? My intention is to feel love, and I know what love feel like because I've been loving on me for a while now. So that's
Come
Mhm.
on now. And I absolutely love that. And one of the advice I got this advice years ago, but never really put it into practice until now. And so the question comes up with people when they want to start dating, they actually don't know where to go. Right. So some people start to think about online dating. I was inundated with these little Facebook dating messages. Like, so that was like every time I would even open up the app and Facebook dating would come up first. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm not signed up to this. Why am I seeing it? Right. Because it's almost like the algorithm. It's that energy. So like if you look at a cooking video and it gets your attention for 2.5 seconds, now you're going to be flooded with cooking videos,
Mhm.
because they think that they have targeted what your need is. And the same is true within dating. Like, so what is your intention? So we do intentions in business, intentions and everything else in life. Well, you need to set those intentions for dating as well. And so this way you'll begin to attract the things that are pleasing to you. And
Mhm.
one of the advice that I got many years ago was when you're looking to find someone or to be found, however you want to describe it, and this is where I believe the Bible talks about, the man finding the wife findeth the good thing, and what's the Ruth and Boaz? Oh, he found her in the field. And I think people take that literal, but the
Mhm.
overarching concept or revelation that the Lord shows me is that it do what you love. So I
Mhm.
recently put up a post in my story about the things like what makes you happy. And then I put like a collage of pictures together as to what makes me happy. Dancing makes me happy. Going out with my friends makes me happy. Eating makes me happy. A good meal. Oh, I'm super happy. Scenery, water, beaches, traveling, planes, clouds, like all of these things are what makes me happy. So this is the grooming that I've had to go through of redefining what makes Sheniqua happy. And so when I'm looking to connect with people that I want to date, I simply need to just go to the field. I need to go and do the things that I love to do. So if I love traveling, keep traveling. If I love dancing, go dancing. If I love, a good meal, go have a good meal. Sit to the bar, get a drink, have your iPad there if you need some entertainment or whatever, or your phone, and go and do those things. But when we try to conform and do what we think other people like, and Jamil mentioned this as well, like now you start dressing the way okay, so I know men like, that whole BBL look, so I gotta dress so that my boobs are popping out and my butt look bigger, and so now you've got this pressure of trying to be somebody who you're not comfortable when
Right.
you're most comfortable in a hoodie and a cap, but you
absolutely.
don't think you're going to attract that. Well, I would rather attract somebody when I'm in my comfortable state, when I'm in my happy state, than
Mhm.
put on a persona and then mess around and catch the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I truly, truly believe what you just said is like absolutely true. You have to be intentional and put yourself in places that you know the people that you want to surround yourself with. Like
Mhm.
I said, you have to say, you know what, I don't want to be around this type of people.
Right.
So bring yourself around this type of people. When you know that
Right.
there's energy or frequency that you're not feeling, stay away from it. If you know
That's
that
right.
Right.
frequency that you want to be with, then you go in those areas. Like you say, if you like traveling, go traveling. Because guess
Mhm.
what? Something about people that are traveling, there's an energy there that's what they want to do. You love reading, go to the library. People are in the library or in Barnes and Noble reading books because that's what they want to do. Now you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people in a sense, and then that's where the conversation begins. Hey, okay, you love reading books. Okay, tell me more about yourself. What's going on? What do you like? What do you want to do? What are you doing in your life? What
Right.
is going forward in life? So the conversation start from, okay, we have something alike, Let's see if there's a broader spectrum of things we like to do together. And if there's a red flag that you know for sure, hey, this is not something I want, you walk away from that. Problem is, a lot of times we do connect in one way, and that one way carries a toxic relationship longer than it needs. So that's what got to start making decisions. Hey, you know what? All right, this person is cool for this, like Ladyfire say, but this is not somebody I want to move forward with. It's about making decisions and being honest with yourself. Don't be being alone for a little longer. A lot of times, the fear of being alone makes you do things that you should not be doing. We all have men, women, people of all sorts. It's just realizing, like, okay, now I know I love me. Now I understand me a lot more. Okay, this is what I want in life, and I'm gonna be intentional, and I'm gonna go in these places, and I'm gonna ask questions and figure out, hey, is this person on the same wavelength as me, or do they have one or two things maybe we can't adjust or fix? Is that okay to go forward, or you know what, this is too much for me, I can't do it? And be truthful to yourself. And
All right, so let me ask the question. We're going to do kind of like a rapid fire so we can get some things going in. And I'll give everybody a chance to answer. What's your take on dating multiple people? Ladyfire, what's your take on it?
I think that is the ideal thing to do. And you have to be defined in dating. So to me, dating is just connecting with multiple people. It does not include intimacy or sexual activity of any sorts. So with that being stated, then that's just like you going to a job and you have multiple coworkers that you work with on a daily basis. It's just that now you're doing team building activities together, and maybe out of that group you may just find a more deeper connection where you would want to move forward. And so I think it's great.
Right. So, and I like that analogy with the work. It's like, okay, so if you need a wordsmith, you know, Tom is a good wordsmith. If you need something written eloquently, you go to Tom. But after this whole group activity, who's the life of it? Like, who keeps the energy in the room when you all grinding and you're like, oh, that's Larry. Let me go to Larry if I need a good time. And oh, this one is strong in this area, so let me go to this person. So you're right. Like, it's time for us in this new day and age, right? At this age, right? Because how we define dating when we were 17 might have been something different. Wrap your whole big age around it now, your whole life experience now, your whole traumas and dramas and everything that you've gone through. Let's redefine what dating is. So I agree with you. It's that moment in time of, I just want to get to know who my people are. What about you, Ronnie? Dating multiple people, you in or not?
It's funny because my dating experience always included dating one person at a time. So I haven't had that multiple person at a time. And I will say also, I've never had male friends. And so that's been interesting, talking to males and getting the male perspective on certain things. So I will say I would be open to engaging multiple people just for communication and friendship. But I will say, to be honest, my dating experience has been with one person at a time. And that probably stems from being married as long as I was married and being with that one person for 32 years.
Yeah, that's an honesty and a truth. Jamil, what's your take on it? And we don't want none of the ladies judging him. Share your truth, brother. Share your truth.
Okay, my dating experience has been like all over the place. So it's like I've been in situations where I've dated only one person at a time, and I've dated multiple people at a time. Also been in a situation where I've dated multiple females at a time, and also we was intimate. I was intimate with partners. But I also explained to them what's happening. Hey, listen, I'm dating, and either we can just date and talk, or if you want to go further, I'm okay with it. And I'm completely honest, and I'm completely transparent with who I am and what I do. My intentions now that I'm dating is I'm not looking for marriage, but I do want someone that I can be with. Somebody, companion that, we talk, We exchange ideas together. I need somebody that I can communicate with.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you meet people, females, some of them, you know what I mean? Their communication level is just kind of just off. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You explain to everybody, listen, we can't talk. I can't be here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
then I have a lot of different things going on, and that's where honesty comes in. But yes, I believe dating multiple people does help.
Yeah.
Is that you have to be completely honest with whoever you're talking to and let them know, listen, you're not the only person I'm dealing with. And what's your intention? Are you intentionally, is your intention to be long term, or is your intention to be, hey, this is just fun? And like I said, right now, I'm looking for something long term. So I am dating, but I'm kind of dating, but not dating 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because I do
Mhm.
in the dynamics and what's happening in my life. It's like I said, it's busy. It's running here, running there, doing that. So people may take that a little bit harsher than others, and you might find one out of the haystack might maybe like, you know what, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Dating multiple people, I think is fine.
I love the honesty. And again, to the viewers, again, you got to do what feels right to you, what's in your spirit. Like, your discernment again needs to be, top point. But for me, I'm at an age where I'm no longer allowing society to define me and what I do. So if I choose to, go out with so and so on Friday night and go out with somebody else on Saturday night, and then Sunday I'm hanging and kicking it with so and so, like that's my business, right? That's my business, because that satisfies what it is that I'm looking for. It satisfies my intent, and my intent is to build this new circle of go-to individuals, for whatever, for companionship, for laughter, because maybe not everybody is going to be able to tap into every area, right? So maybe somebody doesn't have the means to travel and I want to go jet set, but I would like a jet set buddy. Somebody be like, "Oh, where you going this time? Oh, bring me back." Like I just want to vibe in a more mature kind of a connection, and I'm realizing that I don't have to be defined by society, because society will tell you if you're dating multiple people. For women, we hoes, right? For men, oh, you a hoe too, right? Like you out here, just sowing your royal oats and everything. So we have to be grown, and I love that what Jamil was saying is about the communication. Like let's just be real with people in this day and age, and I believe that we can indeed change the narrative. People have been saying that the dating pool is full of pee, that it's contaminated. And I was like, well, for those of us who are choosing, we have intentionally set these intentions to say we are choosing to be in the dating pool. Well, then it's our responsibility to help clean it up.
Mhm.
So not coming in there bringing more mess and more trash and leaving it there. No, well, I'm coming in with honesty. I'm coming in with what I like, what I don't like. But maybe I can try it a different way. Like I'm open. I'm open to all of that. So let's go around one more time, and then I'll get your guys' social media handles up. What is your take on dating outside of? Oh, matter of fact, let's ask this question: do you have a type? That's really what I want to know. Do you have a type, and are you open to dating outside of that type? So if you are tall, dark, and handsome kind of a gal, are you willing to do short, light skin, whatever? Right. So let's go. Ladyfire, what's your take? You got a type?
Um, so no, I do not have a type.
Mm-hmm.
And this season of my life is all about energy and connection for me. So we have to connect and align in that manner. So that could look like anything. So that does mean that I am open to dating all races. Um, but I am only strictly dating men. But all
Mm-hmm.
this is I'm open to. And so I don't have a particular type of like he doesn't have to have a certain like he ain't gotta be 6 feet and all that. It doesn't have to be that.
Yeah.
But I will say he can't look like Shrek.
And that's your truth, right?
And that's
Right?
my
That you
truth.
would like somebody who is physically pleasing to your palate.
Match
Yes.
my energy.
Yes.
So hey, I don't look like Shrek, so you can't
Yeah.
be coming over here looking like Shrek.
Okay. I love that honesty, right? Because some people, they have this criteria, but you want somebody that is gonna look aesthetically like they should be with you, not somebody,
Right.
like
So
where's she
he's
from?
matching my energy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. All right, Ronnie, how about yourself? Do you have a
So I
type?
don't well, I used to have a type. They
Mm-hmm.
used to have to be bald and light skinned,
Mm-hmm.
and really tall. I don't have a type anymore because
Mm-hmm.
I've met all types of men. I will say I'm 4'11",
Mm-hmm.
and I like a big man.
Me
I
too,
like a man
girl.
who
Yes.
can grip me up in a hug. When I
Come on
need a
now.
hug, I need somebody that they can wrap their arms around me and
Speak
give
your
me
truth,
a
queen.
good, firm hug. And
Uh-huh.
it's funny because most of the men that I meet are tall. So I don't have a requirement for them to be tall, but it's something about me being 4'11" and they towering over me. And that's the type of men I attract. Tall men. I very seldom attract short men. Um, my husband was probably the shortest man. He was 5'8". So I could do 5'8", 5'9", but I prefer a big man that can just grip me up and give me a good firm hug.
I love it. I
And
love it.
I'm gonna say, um, I don't know if I'd be open dating outside race. I love my black men. They come in all, they're chocolate, they're light
Mhm.
chocolate, they're,
Little
so
mocha.
I'm firm to my brothers.
Okay. I love it. I love it. All right, Jamil, what you say?
Preference. Okay, I do have preference, but I date outside of my preference. You know, what I mean, I prefer
Okay.
woman. That's my thing. I love a chocolate woman. Her body, her lips. This is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, not taking away nothing from any other race or anything like that. But I do date outside. I don't. My main thing, like I said, is some type of intellect. Communication is key. I love a sexy woman, whether she's black, white, Latino, whatever she is. I love a sexy woman. But like I said, if I had a preference, it would be a black woman. But I don't. I date all kinds of race. I've dated Filipino, China. I've dated, you know what I mean, all across the board. One thing I know about women is just want to be loved.
Yeah. I
It
love
doesn't
it.
what color or creed they want to be loved. They want to be treated a certain way. You know, I mean, things may get a little bit construed in between, but that's the main thing. But you know, I mean, that's basically my choice. Yeah.
I love it. And for myself, I did have a type. And as much as I was saying, I was trying to go against the grain. I was like, okay, this time around, nope, we going the exact opposite. Because them light skinned brothers be having me in a chokehold. Okay, they get your girl in a chokehold, right? From way back since the start, the beginning of the time, them light skinned brothers they gets me. So I was saying, no, chocolate. We going deep chocolate. We going, we going different side of the spectrum. But what I noticed is that the light skinned boys still get my eye. My eyes still go to the light skinned boys, but I am definitely open to dating others. And I am open to dating outside my race. I used to say, no, I gotta marry, a black man. Like that's who I need. But at this stage in the game, and like Jamil said, like I'm looking for something. And that something that I'm looking for is a type of love, a God type of love. And if it
Mm-hmm.
comes in a different package, if it comes in an Asian man, if it comes in a Caucasian man, hey, she gonna do what she needs to do. She gonna go where God says to go, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna attach myself to a type. So I have to create that. And now I'm saying that, right? So I'm saying this to you all, but am I creating that energy? Am I creating that space that says I'm willing to date Latin men, this, that, whoever? And the answer to that is probably not. So in my quest to date and to go places that I like, those places that I like have to now be a blended mixture. We were talking before. I said, I've done enough women's conferences. I'm over it. I don't want to go to another women's only conference ever. Like, I'm done. I've had my fill. Why? Because if business is one of my things that makes me happy, then I want to be able to fellowship with people of different races, different cultures, different genres of people. I need to put myself in those spaces. So it's not enough to declare and say you're open to everyone. You do need to analyze your actions and say, do my actions line up with that? Am I in the spaces where I would be able to meet and conversate with people from all sorts of, areas? Or am I only sitting at the table where Black people are going to go, or where Spanish people will go, or this, that, and the other? So I say to the audience, when we say these things out our mouths, I want to make certain that you are creating the space. We started the conversation talking about creating the space for what it is you want. So make sure what you're saying out of your mouth matches what your actions are doing.
Right.
Okay. And before I let you all go, because like I said, these questions are really coming to me. The list. Y'all know the list. Sierra had a list. Right?
I got a list.
Okay. Come on, Ladyfire. She says she got a list. Tell us about your list, girl. And would you go off your list?
So, my list is me. So when I go down that list, I do sometimes add things. And when I'm adding those things, that means that I need to become those things. So when I look at my list, that list is me. So my partner will be a direct reflection of me.
I love it.
And vice versa. I will be a reflection of them. And so that way I feel that we will have great synergy amongst each other, where we could be sitting in silence, but we still have communication. And also too, that allows you not to have, how can I expect a man to say, oh, I want him to do all of these things for me, but I can't reciprocate.
Right.
So he needs to do all of this, but I can't reciprocate those things because I'm not those things I require of him.
Yes. I don't know if you realize the intensity, the impact, but that statement right there, she says, my list is me.
I love it.
That right there hit me at a whole nother level, right? That hit me. Come on. What's your take on the list?
I've never heard that one before.
Me either.
I never heard that either. That's good. That's good.
Because then you spend the time working on you.
Right.
Because it's never about the other person.
Never.
It's always about you.
Yeah.
So there it is. All right.
That's life in general. Life is never. And I tell people this, my story, my life is not really about me. It's about others. And so I like that person, now I got to look inside of me. What is it that I like? What is it? What boxes am I checking off for myself that I'm going to check off for somebody else? Like I'm a giver. And so am I expecting my partner to be a giver? Exactly. It's got to be reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing all the cooking and cleaning, and you sitting down and I'm feeling some type of way, like, wait a minute, then you don't want that. You want somebody that's going to step in and help. So I love that. I love that.
Yeah. What say you, gentlemen? The gentleman, what's your take?
That was
you got a list?
I used to have a list. I don't really have. My main thing is I kind of like traditional relationships. So I'm being the masculine, she's the feminine. So I expect her to cook, I'm going to help out, wash the dishes. I have my duties in the house as a man, and she'll have her duties in the house as a woman. Whether we're married or we're together as companions, that's fine with me. Like I said before, communication is key. Sometimes I love to talk. I love to talk all night. Talk about the moon, the stars, what's going on with your body, like everything.
Mhm.
That's who I am. So I need somebody that love to talk. And like I said, I don't mind whatever race she is or whatever it is on whatever career. I was a career person before, like, but now I don't really look at it as she has to have like a major career. Just have like a job or something like that to make sure you take care of what you need to take care of for yourself. Also help out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm more of a traditional person. I would like my woman to be home. You know what I mean? Taking care of the household. She works.
Okay.
I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure things are what it needs to be. We can
Yeah.
talk. Okay, as far as like kids go, I have kids. I'll prefer somebody to have kids themselves because if we decide to have kids, then that will be something we talk about down the line. But for
Mhm.
now, that has kids, so we can, you know what I mean, bring our family together or whatever it is. But that's my answer. If that makes any sense.
No, that does make sense, and again, the communication is the rising star here, right? So being able to communicate that with your mate, or and this is what dating is supposed to do. Dating is supposed to be kind of like that, for lack of a better term, like that trial and error period, rather than putting up a facade like, no, baby, no, you can do whatever you like. You can work and I'll work. And if you really genuinely like a woman to be the one staying home, taking, the cooking and doing this, then you have to communicate that and
I,
make certain that the real people show up into this agreement and not, this expectation.
yeah, because
Yeah.
most people nowadays they look at it as I don't know, like they feel like it makes them less of a woman to want to,
Hmm.
because that's the relationship. All my relationship was like that before. It's like not saying like I dealt with my ex, like my son mom. She's brilliant, very smart person. She's a nurse. I mean, she could be anything she wanted to be in life. So I'm used to that. So we always kept our house all like that. She worked hard. I worked hard. She did what she was supposed to do as the woman of the house, and I did what I was supposed to do as the male of the house. So we had a thing where I came home. I basically handed her my check. She took care of all the bills and stuff like that in the house. She busted. She works very hard. So I will never take nothing away like I was basically doing everything in the house. No, she works very hard and for who she is as an individual. So that's
Hmm.
our household. So that's the thing that I'm used to. I'm used to
Good.
somebody. I cleaned the bathroom, took the garbage out, wash the dishes most of the times. You know what I mean? As far as like my son go, make sure whatever he needs, I took care of. She made sure the house was good. So that's what. Not saying I'm looking for something similar, but like I said, that's what I want. I want somebody with the mind frame of, hey, they're cooking. You
Okay.
understand? Hey,
That's
this
what.
hey, we're talking all night or we're going on vacation. I love to go on vacation. Before I didn't. Before I thought in my head like me just working hard was all I needed to be in a relationship. But then it's
Mhm.
like as I grew, I learned like no, you gotta be a lot more than this. And
Yeah.
that's also growing in life. Gotta be willing to grow and learn others. You know what I mean? So as you want to
Absolutely.
so
And that's your truth, right?
that
So I said that's your truth. Walk in your truth, right? And that's the prime thing, that a lot of people walk in what they think somebody wants to hear.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Just be who you are, say who
Be
you are.
who you are. Walk in your truth, right? Good. Ronnie, what's your take on this list? You got a list, girl?
I don't have a list,
Mm-hmm.
but I do know what I want.
Uh-huh.
And I think I look at it from past relationships that I've had in this dating scene, and I definitely know what I don't want.
Okay.
But I don't have a list now.
Okay, good. I don't have a list, but after Ladyfire, child, I just might write me one. Okay, I just might write me one. But I do have. Can I call it a prototype? I do have,
Mhm.
and I gained this from previous relationships. There
Mhm.
were parts of a previous relationship that I really, really enjoyed.
Okay.
And I've examined that. Oh, baby, me and God have sat down and we have examined that thing. Well, why did you like this? And why did you like that? And why didn't you like that? Why didn't that feel good? And this, that, and other. So I've been spending time with God, and we've been deep diving on these things called feelings. And
Okay.
so I have created a soft prototype. It's not like a mold that everybody has to fit into, but I do know what I like. I
Mhm.
do know what I like, and I do know why what I don't like. Like you said, Ronnie, like I can tell you my do's and my don'ts, but I also want to be true to experiencing a different thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to come in this mold like I've envisioned it. It can come in a different form as long as the underlying feeling, because we're humans, we vibe on feelings, right? As long as the underlying feelings and the needs are being met and taken care of, it can present itself in any way, shape, or form the Lord ordains. So, but I do love that idea of having a list as a guide for me, and not so much for like, oh, I need somebody with 6 figures, because I'm not growing. I can't say I need somebody, 6 feet, because your girl ain't growing. In fact, and the way life sets us up, we actually start to shrink a little bit. So with that in mind, that type of thing is not on the list, wouldn't be on my list. But what Ronnie was saying about someone being able to scoop you up. So even if they are small in frame, could they still give you that power? Can you still feel that? Because what you're looking for at the end of it is that protector, that feeling of feeling protected, of being loved. Like, so I don't care what your frame is, I don't care what you look like, but when I hug you, or when I hear your voice, or when I see your name pop up on my phone, does it give me that sense of security that I'm looking for, that sense of trust that I'm looking for? So it has a less to do with, surface things, and more about that underlying feeling that I'm seeking. Because at the end of the day, I am seeking a fulfillment, and I want to see if you can meet that, if you can match that. So but I will be putting criterias, and maybe not criterias, but emotional connections, I don't even know what you would call it, on a list. So I'm looking for someone who could make me feel beautiful. I'm looking for someone, and without words, right? Because you're saying words, that's lip service. But can you make me feel beautiful in other ways? Can you make me seem seen? Because that's another issue that comes from one of my traumas, is about being chosen and being seen. And can you make me feel seen?
So that means emotional availability.
Yeah.
Right.
That means that you want somebody that has compassion. You want somebody that has a loving heart. So, so those are the things that you would put on your list. And the things that you're asking for, more than likely when you review it, those are the things that you possess as well. Or they could be wounds that you need to heal.
Yeah. Right? That's good. That's good. See, that was the point of this. To have, normally I sit and I have one-on-one conversations, but the point of this was for us to kind of bridge a thought, to bridge this thing. Like, this thing called dating doesn't have to be scary. Right? It doesn't have to be scary. And it can be very, very rewarding. I think dating is going to be very, very rewarding to those of us who have set our intentions, right? We've got clear intentions. We're open and creating space to learn something new, not only about other people, but in me. And I'm learning so much about me this time around. When I first started trying to date, no, it was pure lust. I was all stuck on the lust chapter, Ronnie. I was stuck on lust, and it was all about, where my next jump off coming on from, and who gonna be able to hit the spot? Look, come on, come on, we're gonna talk real. But this time around, it's about who can hit the spot, not that spot, Who can hit my heart? Who can hit my heart? Who can give me the quivers?
Yeah, being patient as well. Like, I think a lot of times we rush things, and things happen. It's being patient. Know that, whatever you're looking for will come. As long as, like you're saying, you're setting the space for it and you're giving the energy all for it, then it will come. Don't worry about, hey, I went out with Tom or Susie and that didn't work out well. Then, you learned something. As that you learned something. I was okay. Now you add that to yourself. Is this something that's of value that I can add to myself for the next go around? Be patient. And know what you want, stick to it. The universe, God will test you. Hey, you
Yeah.
said you're a kind
You
hearted.
said, yeah. You said.
Yeah.
Give you
Yeah.
something that you didn't want, but then I'm gonna give you the lust with it, and then let's see if you hold on to the lust and not wait patient for that
Right.
person.
Mhm.
It's like you have to be patient. Gotta know what you want. You gotta stick to it. It's like your career. When you're going to school, you knew what you wanted. You knew where you're going. It's like when you put that address in the GPS, you trust those turns. It says
Yeah.
turn left, turn
Yeah.
right. You
Yeah.
25, whatever street you trust it.
Yeah.
Trust
Right.
intentions. Trust what you want. Like you said, you want this. Trust that when it says go left and go right, that person is going to be there, and know that there's going to be roads to turn down, as in people. So
Right.
go through what you need to go through and trust yourself and trust your journey and trust your decisions on who you want and what you want in this world.
Right.
Right.
And when you get there, enjoy the moment, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being distressed, like, oh my God, this didn't work out. No, what did I gain? What
Yes.
did I
Right.
learn about myself? And what value was added. So if you're sitting across the table from somebody who's not adding anything to you, then what's the point?
Right.
Right. So enjoying this moment. I'm definitely enjoying this moment. And I thank you for adding that level of patience because sometimes I need to hear that too. Because I'm like, okay, you gotta slow down, girl, slow down. It's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. We're not running
No.
this
Right.
big race. We want to be on this journey and we want to enjoy it for what it's worth. All right. So I know we gotta close this up. I know Jamil, he got to get back to work. But any final words, final thoughts that you would share to encourage someone who is either thinking about it or needs to rethink dating or what have you? What would your final parting words would be? And Jamil, I'll throw it to you. So in case you got to skip off, you are free to. So what would your parting words be?
I think you said it already about fear, like not having fear, being
Mm.
allow yourself, like open up and say. But like we said, first figure out who you are and what you want first, then get rid of the fear. Go out there, date with intentions of what you want, what you're looking for, how you want it, how you want to feel. Because once I know how I feel and know what I want, I'm now brave enough to go out there and look for it and seek it. And don't be afraid to meet somebody that's completely opposite of whatever you have been taught since a kid. Because sometimes we date the people that our grandmother wanted us to date, people that your mama wanted you to date, the people that your religion wanted you to date. You don't have no criteria for yourself. That's your
Right.
criteria. Somebody else that taught you that. Learn yourself, know what your criteria are, know who you're looking for, and go with that. And allow yourself to let go of fear and go out there and meet people, shake hands. Hello, how you doing? My name is such and such. This is what I do. What do you do?
I love it. I love it. You guys make certain you follow Jamil. He's on Instagram of knowledge, right? And then he's got a couple of books. Latest book is The Concept of Love. If you missed that episode where he blessed us and we talked about the concept of love, make certain you go back and you take a look at that. Listen to it again if you've already seen it because he was dropping definitely some nuggets. And so I appreciate you for taking the time, even in your busyness, for taking the time to lend a word for all of us again to really, really help us as we go throughout this thing called dating. Ronnie, come on. What parting words do you have? Thanks, Jamil. If you gotta go, you gotta go. So thank
God
you.
bless. I hope to see everybody again. Y'all was
All right.
wonderful. And trust me, I really appreciate this conversation.
Oh,
Awesome,
All right.
awesome. Take
Thank
care. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
thank
for
you.
sharing.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Ronnie, what you got for us? Parting words.
Parting words. I'm going to say, as a seasoned adult in the dating world, I got a lot of years behind me more than I have ahead of me.
Mhm.
And so I want to be intentional in dating. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I don't want to settle for things that don't serve me.
Yeah.
And for 2026, I was thinking this is my year of just being very, just like you said, enjoying the moments,
Mhm.
because we never know in this life when moments can change.
Mhm.
Your life can change in a blink of an eye. And so for me, I just think we don't need to be so serious about dating. We can just let things happen and flow the way they need to happen and flow. But I will definitely say, if it's not serving you, don't waste your time there. Move on to the next person or the next thing. And we're not supposed to fix people. People got to fix themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I don't want to spend time working on a project. If the person doesn't have what I need them to have, or I don't have what they need me to have, then let's move on amicably.
Yeah.
But I don't want a project. I no longer want to look for potential, hoping that potential will show up, and it does. And so I'm staying, and I'm wasting time. Time is precious to me now. Time is valuable to me now. And so I definitely want to enjoy moments when they happen. And if they go further than what because, God can do exceedingly and abundantly above all I could ask or think. So if they go beyond that, then great. And if they don't, that's great too.
I love it. I love it. That is definitely encouraging. You all make certain you're connected with Ronnie, Little Lady Latham on Instagram. You can find her on Facebook. She's Ronnie Speaks on Facebook. And if you haven't gotten a copy of her new book, I don't know what you waiting on. We did the whole book launch. She was on the show before. We did the whole book launch. So you should all have your copy of Love, Lust, and Starting Again, right? So make certain you grab that because, Ronnie is not just here, just speaking, from wherever. Like, she's giving it to you from her heart and from her level of experience. So that was the beautiful thing about having this panel discussion, is that we brought in different perspectives, and we saw this thing called dating from different views. So I thank you so much, Ronnie, for your take on it. Come on, Ladyfire, what would you say are some final words you'd have for people?
So my final words for people in dating, and it's going to be more geared toward women of color, is that we need to hold on and understand our value. Understand that our value is a high commodity, and the reason being that our value is so high and that the stakes are high for us is because that we are the leading race in contracting HIV and AIDS. We hold the highest number when it comes to the mortality rate of giving birth. So with that being said, all the things that we give as women, as African American women, we are at risk of losing our life when it comes to getting engaged and dating and being with a partner. So that means that you have high value on your life. So with that being high value on your life, value yourself and who you are connecting with and how you are connecting with individuals.
I love it. I love it. Listen, she's dropping knowledge. You guys make certain you follow her on TikTok, and she do got some books coming out as well. So get connected now, so you are in the know. And I thank you so much for your take. You guys remember Dr. Rashan? She was in the Black Girl Encourage Her Nurse Boss edition, right? So that's where we met her before. So I thank you for always having some words of encouragement to help us all, right? It is to help us all. And because we're so multifaceted, we can speak and teach from a number of different areas. So I thank you for giving us some conversation on this thing called dating. And I love it. I love that your energy is still the same, because a lot of women, when they're going through divorce, there's depression, there's a defeat about us, there's a spirit that lingers, right? And so I really receive your positive energy, because that's what we need, right? We need somebody to sharpen that iron, to keep us, a little bit, give us a little momentum. So ladies, if you're deciding to want to date and venturing into this dating realm, don't go at it alone. You know, you hanging around a bunch of married women. I mean, you gotta find some single women, and there's some truth behind that. Yes, we want you to have goals and everything, but we don't want you to have the pressures, right? So connecting with some people, whether your plight is the same or not, maybe you are never married, you know, you've never married type of a single, or maybe it's, you know, due to a divorce or death. So no matter what the outcome was, the byproduct is what we're standing in right now is that we're back in the dating scene. So try to connect around some individuals like-minded in a sense, but that is going through a similar journey so that you can bounce ideas off of and just kind of powwow and get your iron sharpened. Right, to have somebody to like kind of throw some like, girl, let me tell you what this one did, and so you walk in your truth, and so I thank you, ladies, for coming and sharing with us. Will you both hang out for just a second? I want to give these people their marching orders. All right, y'all, look at there. A little bit longer than normal, but the point had to be made. I definitely want to give a special thanks to my guests, Ronnie, Rashan, and Jamil, for coming by and just blessing us with some words of encouragement as we continue to walk in this love her. Because as Dr. Rashan said, it is about loving ourselves. It is about identifying who we are. Hence the title, Love Her. And for the gentlemen, you can say love he, love him. But it is about discovering love from a different lens, a different perspective. And that different perspective comes from our Abba, our Father who art in heaven. And then how does it trickle down to us? So we know God is love, but we are love as well. And that's what the Lord reminded me when he was preparing me for this series. It was about, I am love. And so now how do I take and operate in being love and spread it amongst the nations, right? So thank you all. Make certain you are hitting the subscribe button and you are sharing this message out, because you've got a friend. You might be married, but you got a friend who's going through and you want to be able to support them. So make certain you share. And don't forget to hit the subscription bell. All right. So until next time, I will see you all again soon on the next episode of The Black Girl Encourage Her.